We're about to do another one. Okay.
All right. All right.
Well, he's just shaking the hell out of it, though.
Yeah.
Huh? Damn.
The blatant disrespect toward the Eagles defense.
Well, they ain't necessarily wrong. They couldn't tackle nobody.
That's how they running back
Just
treated
like
Nolan
that.
Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Put him on his head.
To the ground. One of
Runs
our
right up
many
under him.
cornerbacks who fell this season. And Nolan Smith.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
That's hilarious.
That
That was
is.
hilarious.
Powered by Riverside.
Ow!
What's up, everybody?
I'm okay. I'm sorry. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
All right.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Live from the Bench with GQ and Boulevard.
That's me.
Today we're going to bring back one of our specialties, one of our exclusive videos that eventually will be on our exclusive subscribe list. So when it pops up, you'll be able to become a member. We're not sure how much it's going to cost yet, but don't worry about that. For now, you're going to get it. We're going to do a top 12. The top 12 NFL legends without a Super Bowl victory.
Top 12 NFL legends.
Yeah.
Without a Super Bowl victory. By
This
GQ.
list surprised me quite a bit. Because going through the list, looking at them, there was a lot of names I had to take off the list. Be for reasons for that just don't have anything to do with anything. I just picked who I felt like discussing.
Fair enough.
But before I get into this list, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you are all just as curious as I am. So I want to let Boulevard take the opportunity to let us know what made him scream like that.
I want to know.
I'm just going to blame the cat.
The cat tried to throw them hands with him.
Cat always trying to throw his hands with somebody. He's violent. The cat has violent tendencies. And he's a black cat. And he's named Lucifer. So, make do with that, what y'all will, with that information.
The cat.
Yes, he is allergic to holy water, and he hates crosses. He also has a 666 in the back of his head. So, again, make do with that, what you will. But yes, a cat
is
named
the
Lucifer.
Cat's name Salem?
No,
the cat's name is Salem. It's
Lucifer.
Jesus. Oh, shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top 12 legends to never win an NFL Super Bowl.
Wait, I know what this needs. Hold on. All right.
This is the first iteration of GQ TV.
Woo!
So first on the list, I have the Bears' great linebacker, the bald-headed bulldozer, Brian Urlacher.
Arizona
Right,
State.
Urlacher.
Is it
He was one of
Arizona
those
State or-
guys that he was just big as shit.
Yeah. He was made to play football.
Mhm.
He had good size. He was quick. Like, he was athletic as hell. He did, yeah, one of them all-time greats that definitely deserved one. But this list, that's what this list is about.
Yes.
Stars who came up short. And Urlacher, he's got to be one of the first names you think of. They got to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, but they didn't win it.
All right. Next on the list we have JJ Watt. Yeah. Yeah. His brother will probably win one. He won't.
More likely, yeah. I mean, JJ was stuck with the Texans through all the Bill O'Brien crap and all the crap that superseded that. And before that, he was just stuck with a bad organization that didn't know what the hell they were doing. So, while he barely even seen the playoffs, we all know JJ Watt is truly a Hall of Famer and one of the best to never reach a Super Bowl. Truly a legend. Yeah,
Truly a
I'd say
legend.
so. Truly a legend.
Our number 10. The shutdown corner himself, Champ Bailey.
That is a tragedy.
Yeah, like this guy should have got a Super Bowl.
That is a
the
tragedy.
team wasn't. I mean, the team didn't have a quarterback from the minute Elway left. I mean, they had Jake
Mhm.
Plummer for a little while, but he's not the guy to lead you to a Super Bowl.
No, he wasn't winning his title with Jake Plummer. Absolutely not. Future handball champion, mind you, but not that much. Not that no champion as a quarterback. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Sorry,
They
Champ
didn't
Bailey. You got stuck in the wrong team at the wrong time. 5 years earlier, you would have got one.
Yeah. Ninth on my list, Tony Gonzalez.
What a shame.
Yeah. I'm still looking at this
There's
like,
a
wow.
Mhm.
How did he not win a
Right.
Super Bowl?
Yeah. It's like there was a time where people were saying Tony Gonzalez was the greatest tight end of all time that ever played the game. Better than at the time you were saying Kellen Winslow was probably the greatest tight end when Tony Gonzalez came in. There weren't too many that could do what Gonzalez was doing at the time. Now it's normal. But before then, he was the prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And honestly, if you want to say the prototypical tight end, the perfect blocking and passing, I mean,
Uh-huh.
perfect blocking and catching tight end, he's the guy you think of in the position. He is what
Right.
when you a typical tight end, he is like the typical tight end because the prototypical tight end is that tight end that's basically an extra offensive lineman instead of an extra receiver. This new stuff nowadays, the new systems is like, yeah, you're seeing more of that, but Tony Gonzalez is like that true purebred tight end, and it just sucks to see that he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Right. Nowadays, they want a big wide receiver basically at that spot. And he's the reason for that. Him and Shannon Sharp are basically the reason that's what they're looking for now. For that, you definitely wanted a blocker that could catch. Now you want somebody with hands that can learn to block. So that's all thanks to him being one of the prototypes, one of the ahead of his time players, I suppose.
Okay. At number 8, we have Mr. Shake and Bake himself, Barry Sanders.
Come on, he's still one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody can judge. I mean, there aren't too many you can place above him. Maybe statistically there's a couple, but impact on the field, carrying your team, no, there ain't too many ahead of him. And the moves, good Lord, what he could do. He was just
It's
about
so crazy
unstoppable.
just watching it.
Yeah. He would have you on the ground and you wouldn't even know how you got there. You would have no idea. You thought you had a hand on him, but you already face down in the dirt. That was Barry Sanders. Did he not break Rod Woodson's ankles once upon a time?
I think he
This
did.
was like
I
the
think he
first
was good.
recorded piece of somebody getting their ankles broke. Yeah. Legend.
Legend. Should have got a Super Bowl.
Should have got one, but he was in Detroit. And yeah. It was Detroit, so.
Next on my list is Mr. High Stepper, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yes.
Man, I said this to you earlier. The reason why he didn't get a Super Bowl was because he went to the Jets. That is the reason he didn't get a Super Bowl, in my opinion, because he chose to go sign with the Jets.
Well, that's always a bad move. There's numerous people who say screwed up their career by going to the Jets, or just missed out on a successful career by going to the Jets. Keyshawn Cough. Yeah. He's doing knows when you go to the Jets, but I mean, he had a hell of a career in Los Angeles beforehand. He just did not have the best coaching offensively. I mean, what was that, Morningweg, if I'm not mistaken? I don't remember, but yeah, he didn't have the
Lion.
Well, he deserved better than he got, which I believe he got over 100 touchdowns. Obviously, a Hall of Famer. Obviously, one of the top 10 best players at his position ever. Once had the record for touchdowns in a season for a running back. Yeah. Legend. Another legend. This list is right on point so far.
Number 6. I'm going to give this one to this guy, he's like a fucking tank. Adrian Peterson. Just he's like the fastest tank you ever seen. Just his whole body of work was just like he just played lights out his whole career. It should have been. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Should have got a Super Bowl, but
he tried. He definitely tried. That man bounced around a lot at the end, trying to get anywhere that would take him. Just wanted to keep playing. When he at his best, he was the best. He was the best running back in the league through the first half of his career.
Yeah,
he deserved it. So he was unstoppable. He was AP, but they called him all day because he was all day a problem.
Yeah, and like if you look at the 3 running backs, Barry will shake you out of your he'll shake you out of your shoes. LaDainian will jump right over you. And then AP will run through you.
Yep, shoulder pad to your chest and keep going. Yes.
Number 5. Unfortunately, the only Eagle on this list, but it's probably more. I just had to take other people in because Dawkins was one of those guys. Now, here's where this is a weird because Dawkins essentially did get a ring as an executive for the Eagles in 2017. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he was on their staff. So he did get a ring. But as a player, he didn't get his ring. He should have gotten his ring back when they played the Pats.
Wow, he's the only one that actually became an executive on this list too. Pretty impressive. Yeah. I mean, come on. He was Doc. He was the Swoverine. He was Weapon X. He was one of the best Eagles that ever touched the field, one of all time, one of the greatest that ever played for that team.
Dawkins would hit you in your mouth and then pray for you after.
Oh boy, he blew a lot of people up. He was fearful. Like they feared him. They were terrified of Dawkins. But coming up short or alligator arm and passes, anything to not get blown up, but they get blown up anyway. Brian
Yeah,
Dawkins,
it was like
solution. You deserved a ring more than any of these people, in my opinion. We want to see you get a ring.
Dawkins was the reason that they gave up. They started those rules where you can't hit a player who's in the air because Dolphin. Like, it didn't matter if you were in the air or on the ground. Dawkins would hit you. He'd put you in the air if you weren't in the air already. He'll put you there. Dawkins was, and it was just crazy. He praised God. He'd take you to church.
Mm-hmm.
You'd wake up and get a full sermon. Another guy, number 4, Larry Legend, the guy we talked about in the last episode, who was like one of the GOATs in my opinion. Yeah, he should have won a Super Bowl. He got very close.
I was about to say Fitz is a top 5 receiver, but you have pretty much most of the top 5 receivers here. You have 3 of them. So, I mean, none of them are Jerry, but Jerry got a ring. But Fitz, man, I mean, he held it down in Arizona for a long time. Like a long time.
Did it by itself for a long time.
Yeah, they got to the promised land, sort of, kind of, but they just didn't close the deal. It was a sad day. But whatever. He got there, but he didn't get there. He didn't get his ring. But he was born to play football. And like I said, top 5 all time. And the next 2 are the ones I have ahead of him, not necessarily in this order, though.
All right, number 3. Another guy who should have got a Super Bowl with Philadelphia.
Damn sure not with San Fran.
I should have got T.O. with the Eagles, Uni. I'm sorry. I messed up on that one. T.O. should have got a ring.
He didn't get a ring no matter where he went. The player, as Parcells called him. Next question, as his agent used to say.
The one who likes to do sit-ups.
Got beat up by Hugh Douglas.
Yep. I remember that.
But him being on the Eagles, that was a special time. He helped to get us over the hump. Then he had, 9 catches, 117, 112, something like that in the Super Bowl. Hell of a game. Broken egg. Hell of a game. He will forever be one of us, no matter some of us try to pretend like we hate him. We don't hate him. We hate an inconsistent piece of shit, Donovan McNabb, because he fucked everything up.
Donnie was throwing them dirt balls.
And you see McNabb ain't on his list. That's for a reason. That reason is fuck his alcoholic ass. Anyway.
Number 2. Randy Moss.
The number 2 receiver of all time. No.
Jesus.
Owens is, but yeah, Moss is number 3.
Randy Moss didn't get a ring, which is baffling to me.
Oh, it ain't. Because the closest he got, the closest he came.
He went undefeated up until the Super Bowl, broke records in that season, and then lost in the Super Bowl.
They did what?
They lost in the Super Bowl. That's a heartbreaker, right?
Oh, it was. It was. Well, not for me. I mean, it was hilarious to me.
It was.
Like, how can you be rooting for Moss but rooting against Brady and Belichick? I don't know. But that is where I found myself in that Super Bowl. Like, at no point was I rooting for the Giants here. So, because no, obviously not. They the anti of antis. Them, the Cowboys, the Redskins. They the most anti of anti. I can't root for them, but I can't root for Brady Belichick in this game. So, but I can root. I mean, I want Randy Moss to get his ring. That's why he's on the list, because he deserved a ring.
He deserved his ring.
Look,
Okay, but
everybody else on
if
that
he would have got
list.
that ring, if he would have got that ring, Brady would have 8 Super Bowls.
Fuck, that's true.
Yeah.
I believe I'm saying this, but thank you, Eli. The only thing of note you contributed to the NFL was beating Brady in those Super Bowl. Otherwise, you were a bum. But we appreciate you for beating that undefeated.
What's hilarious to me was that Brady won all his Super Bowls. That man would have 10 Super Bowls. 10 Super Bowl
I
rings.
think 9. I think 9 or 10. Yeah.
It'd have been 10. It'd have been 10. Yeah.
Jesus. There wouldn't be any like I couldn't deny it at that point.
Yeah,
as hard as I tried to deny his greatness, I couldn't do it then. Not after 10. I could barely do it after Tampa Bay.
10 Super Bowls?
Yeah. Right.
This man's been through 10
That's
Super
some Bill
Bowls.
Russell shit. That's Bill Russell. That's what that is. That's 2 hands. You double fisting championships over here. Yeah,
My man he had the double infinity gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
He snapped his fingers
all
and
the balls got deflated.
Boom. All right, now let's get to the number 1 on the list. The guy, which is to this day, I just found out my timeline was all messed up. I thought that Dan Marino was the quarterback for the Dolphins when they went to 17-0 when they went undefeated. My bad.
No.
I'm stupid. But that just opened another question because now I got to find out who the quarterback was when that happened.
I'm working on it right now. I should have did this already.
But Dan Marino should win a Super Bowl. How you throw 48 touchdowns and not win a Super Bowl?
Oh, no. And he run into the 49ers that year? Bob Greasy was the quarterback. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was Bob Greasy.
Bob Greasy? Bob Greasy?
Yeah.
Brian
Future
Greasy?
NFL mid-tier ass quarterback, Brian Greasy. And Bob Greasy was also a mid-tier ass quarterback. They just had a hell of a run game, and they had a hell of a defense.
Fucking A.
And that was the formula for beating people back then. You could win with a sorry-ass quarterback. The Jets did it back then. The Jets did it, so anybody could have did it. All you needed was a strong run game and a good defense.
Zonk.
So yeah. Zonk and Mercury. Mercury Morse. Yeah. They ran that to a championship. And I mean, here's Marino 10 or so years later. He gets to the game. That was the year I believe that's the year he set all the passing records. Gets to the game and loses to the Niners. Because everybody lost to the Niners.
A lot of these guys got there, just couldn't close out.
Yeah, that's what happened. Urlacher couldn't do it. Who else? Who else got there? Did LT get? Was he on that team with Seattle that got to the championship? No. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. Only a couple of these people even made it to the game. 4, 5 of the 12 made it to the big game. So, and they all lost.
I think 6. Yeah. We got Urlacher got there.
Urlacher got there. Marino, Moss, Tio, Fitz. Am I missing one? Did Champ get there? Yeah, so.
Did Champ really get there?
I don't know if he was on the team. I mean, he was, I don't know.
All right, well, that's what we got. And if they feel like it's somebody we missed, please let me know in the comments so we can go.
We're doing auto-tune? Are we doing auto-tune? Because you sound like auto-tune.
Are we doing auto-tune? My name
you were doing auto-tune.
I'm
strong. All right.
We do not own the rights to this song.
I don't own the rights to any song. I'm a big girl. I do what I want.
I want to discuss something with everybody here. I want to give everybody a little bit of a treat. This is something that you would probably get in our exclusives. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my journey into track and
You
field.
ain't even fight good yet.
So most of my career, I was a football player. Outside of football, I played a little. I was a coach. I played tennis as well. I'm not proud of that. I was very,
Good exercise.
I was very good. But yeah, so I got into track and field, and I wanted to talk about how I did it. So it's a little bit of backstory. It was fun. So one year I was in high school, and I was bored because the football season had just ended. I didn't have anything to do. I was like bored as hell. So I was just running around the school, just running around. It was during class. I was being bad. So I was running around, and I just so happened, like, in this school, in the hallways, the trash cans were like lined up by each. There was a trash can by each classroom door. So I just decided I was going to run and jump over each trash can, jump over it. And that's what I did. I just ran and I hurdled each trash can, clearing them. I was up there, just clearing these trash cans one by one, just running, clearing, running, clearing, running, clearing. So it just so happened when I get to the last trash can, I get scared because I see the school police officers in the hallway at the end of the hall. And I got scared mid-jump, crashed right into the trash can.
You're lucky they didn't hit you like Doc used to.
So this school police officer, he goes, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you on here jumping up trash cans?" It's like, "You need to be on the track team." And I was like, my bad, I'm going to class. Ran to class, right? So we all know the story of, when an NFL player is about to get cut, you hear those keychains. It's the Turk. He's coming, and nobody wants to be the guy they say, "Hey, come with me." Like when the Turk tells you to come with me, you probably lost your job. Like you're probably about to go find a new job. It was those keys jingling. So we had this guy. Yeah, we had this guy in our school. He was basically the director of security for the school, but he was also an educator. And he had this key, this ring of keys that you knew he was walking around because he would hold the keys in his hand and jingle the keys. Nobody wanted to ever meet with him because if you miss meeting with him, you were probably going to get suspended. I knew he was coming. I heard him. Everybody heard the keys. Everybody was like, got silent in the classroom because he's coming. We heard the knock on the door.
Oh my coming.
He opened the door. He walked in. He goes, "Wendell Washington." Everybody was like, "Oh shit, you about to get suspended." I get up. I'm walking with him. He didn't say anything the whole time we walked into his office. He didn't say a word. I took all my book bags and stuff. I went to my locker, got everything out my locker because I knew I was going home. I get into his office. The football coach and the track coach in his office sitting down waiting. I'm like, oh shit. So he's like, I have a proposition for you.
Ooh.
I said, yes. He was like, you get 1 day of detention, and then for the rest of the week, you go to track. Now, if you don't want that, you can go ahead and walk out of the building now. You suspended for the rest of the week. I didn't want to go home and tell my kids. Yeah, because it was during class. It was.
We got you in a street sweep, all sweep.
So he said, "You can go home." I did not want to go back. You knew about our parents. I didn't want to go back and tell them why I got suspended. Now, if I got to fight, it's different. But I didn't want to tell them I got in trouble jumping over trash cans.
No,
so
been kind about that.
I said, "I'll do track."
Out your rabbit ass mind for one thing.
That was her favorite phrase.
Yes, it was.
So I was like, I'll run track. I'll get to track. and they're like, run hurdles. Junior, I ran hurdles. And I was like, why am I good at I did not know I was good at track and field. And mind you, I used to run, I ran hurdles, I ran distance. And mind you, I never knew anything about what I was doing. They said run, I ran until I was not supposed to run anymore, till like it was over. I didn't know how many times I was supposed to go around the lap. I just ran. I just ran till they told me to stop running. And
Yep.
and it worked for a long time until I pulled my groin and my hamstring. I was like, I'm gonna have to sit out. My coach was like, nah, you're not sitting out. You're gonna do shot put. What I didn't know what shot put was. I was doing shot put. It was fairly fun. Yeah, so that was my
In high school, you even throw a shot put?
I did. It was I mean, it wasn't breaking no records, but it went pretty far. And I was just like, I don't know what I was doing. The guy, he wanted me to do javelin. He wanted me to do javelin. He wanted me to do hurdles, distance, and I had to do the 50. Now, the 50, I blew that out of the way. Like, why would you even think to ask a football player who was a speedy receiver and kick returner to run the 50? He was going to blow that shit out of the way. Yeah, I blew it out the way. So yeah, that was my foray, and that's why it's just a weird story because we talked about the Turk before, and I just remember how that correlated. And it was just an interesting story. And I wanted to give some background about who GQ was.
That was an interesting story.
Yeah.
Sure
I was a bad kid, y'all.
It was. I was an angel. I didn't run the streets or be away from home for months at a time or anything like that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because he was such a good student, right? He had this teacher. I remember this teacher, Mr. Lanzi. I remember him. I remember when I got to his class, when I got to fifth grade, I got to his class. I was not. I went to Mr. Lanzi's classroom, and I know I wasn't doing as good as I could have. I was struggling. I don't know why. It was just a lot going on. I just wasn't performing to my best of my ability. Mr. Lanzi had the nerve to come up to me, and this dude said to me, if you were your brother, no, he said, if you were half the student that your brother was, you'd probably be a good student. That pissed me off because I was like, fuck you and fuck Will. Like what? How dare you try to put me on the same level as him?
Are you going to say fuck William Lanzi?
Yeah, fuck him. So yeah, that was my experience because going to the same school as you and then having to go to those same teachers later on throughout my career was just like a pain in the ass because I had to always live up to who you were. That's why I'm glad I didn't
play. A short while. I got the fuck out of there.
I'm glad I didn't have to go to high school after you because my football career would have been shot.
Shout out to Southwestern.
Like I wouldn't have. I'm so glad I left Baltimore. Like I didn't go to school with Baltimore because there's no way if I would have went to the same school as you that it was either they were going to be like, oh, that's his brother. That's Boulevard, bro. We're going to make him start.
No, they tried to jump you. Somebody tried to jump you if they found out you was my brother. They'd try to jump you. Because that's exactly how it happened to me.
Well, I was just happy that when it came to me getting ready to go to the high school, I had straightened my act up. I got my act together. And then Calvert Hall saw me play youth football. And they was like, if you can get your grade average up to this, we gonna accept you to come to our high school. Cause I remember back in those days, no, this was middle school. No, this was high school. He was like, back in those days, you had to be accepted to a high school. You didn't just end up in a high school. That's the one thing that I'll say Baltimore had over Philly, because you had to be accepted.
Right.
Boulevard drifted away again. Shout out to Boulevard drifting.
I
He
didn't
got
get accepted into any high schools in Baltimore. I don't know why. I ended up at
But you were-
Southwestern because that was my zone.
Oh, now I got that. I was getting ready to go to Calvert Hall. This is how our family screwed us. They hated me. Like, I swear they hated me, because Calvert Hall sent me a jersey with my name on it. I remember this. Calvert Hall Cardinals sent me a jersey with my name on it, embroidered. Like, it was the embroidered one, with the stitched number on it. I was hyped. I was ready to go to school. I was ready to be a good student. I was ready to be studying. And then the family moved to Philly.
Ooh.
Yep. They moved to Philly in the middle of 8th grade. And I had to come to Philly, and I ended up at Gillespie. And my first day at Gillespie, I watched a male student punch a female student in the face. And I'm like, this is my first day. What an orientation to my first day. Welcome to the life of GQ. At Simon Gratz, coached by Gus Felder, the former Cleveland Browns offensive tackle. The one thing I can say about Gus Felder, he's a great coach, and he helped Larry Johnson. That 2K, this is the year he rushed for 2,000 yards at Penn State. Gus Felder was the offensive tackle. Shout out to Gus Felder. Other than that, boom, 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 boom. That's GQ.
Yeah, y'all ain't getting none of my information.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
We're
gonna get GQ. Once we open up the subs, once we open up the subscriptions, GQ ain't gonna have no choice but to
living in
Boulevard. Boulevard is gonna have to open up a little bit once some subs come in, because then once some subs come in, that means when you become a member and you gotta pay for that membership, that means money coming in. Boulevard gonna have to open up his mind.
No, we ain't that close yet. I ain't that close with the fans yet. They gotta like and comment so I can know who they are. They need to like and comment.
So hit that, y'all. Like, comment, and let us know what you want to see.
Shoot the shit, talk sports.
Yeah. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know if you want to see Boulevard eat fried chicken.
I don't see no likes. I don't see no comments. So who I'm even talking to? I ain't opening up to strangers. Y'all gotta let me know who y'all are. Like and subscribe.
Y'all strangers.
Talk to me.
Y'all strangers.
Get to know me. I want to get to know y'all. I want to know what y'all like, what sports y'all into. Maybe I'll start discussing it. I just want to know what's interesting to everybody else out there. So let me know in the comments.
What y'all want to see?
What pork shit y'all?
Yeah, y'all want more WWE? Y'all want more NBA?
I'm open to that.
Y'all want us to watch football? You want us to watch some soccer? We'll come out here. We'll watch some soccer. I mean, I've been dabbling a little bit in it.
I watch soccer.
I don't understand it, but
I like soccer. Oh, I could explain
I like
soccer.
watching it. It's interesting.
Mm.
I mean, it'll take like 5 minutes, but sometimes I'll get into it. Sometimes I was watching the
Ted Lasso do.
Yeah, I watched the African Cup the other day. Yeah, I was watching the African Cup, so that was pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know who the teams were, but it was interesting. So, like, don't expect me to know anything.
Lacrosse, if you want to, I know lacrosse. I definitely know lacrosse. I won't get into my experience, but yeah, I can definitely break down, especially collegiate level. Yeah, I know that shit. Study that shit.
That's my sadness, because I wanted to do lacrosse. I just didn't have anybody to teach me, because y'all dipped on me, because y'all went and grew up and had lives, and y'all left me in high school. I wasn't when y'all graduated high school.
We was long gone. Like we were long gone.
By the time I got into high school, y'all was like out there living your life like it was golden. Y'all was out there drinking alcohol. Because when I was 14, you were 21.
Shout out to Mad Dog 2020.
And now
that was my drink back in the day.
And now You're 37, and I just turned 30.
Okay. Yeah. Let them think that. We don't think I'm 37. I'm just an old ass 37. We could go with that.
Yeah.
I'll take the compliment.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for today.
Bench.
I'm gonna have to pick up some children, so you can join us on the bench because this ain't a place for starting players. You like that? So, Boulevard, let these fuckhards know what they can do.
Yes.
They can
Lick the bench.
hit the bench.
Oh, I thought he was
Bench.
gonna say lick the bench. Lick the bench.
Bench. Lick the
Lick the
bench.
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 Lick the
Lick
bench.
the bench.